Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor to cooperate with UK and US authorities regarding the Jeffrey Epstein scandal. Keir has emphasized that nobody is above the law and anyone with relevant information, including Andrew, has a duty to testify. Ambassador, if I can get your observations regarding this. So we are looking at an investigation by the UK, but obviously the Epstein files is something that the US authorities and the US Department of Justice is also investigating. So this seems to be an investigation that can happen in the US, in the UK as well. This is a former prince that we are talking about, Ambassador, and this is something that is obviously unprecedented. But how do you look at the investigation proceeding going forward?
Shivani, you see, I feel that the investigation will go ahead because already the king has taken a measure. He was known as Prince Andrew, and his title was taken away a few weeks ago, soon after these files were out. So first step was all his privileges were taken away and his title was taken away. That was already a big blow to him. And now the British government has actually practically arrested him, and he's being questioned. As I know the Western system, is quite straightforward in most cases. They do not go by the power and wealth of the person. If the person is guilty, normally he is punished, which is not the case in India. In India, the people are able to manipulate the system quite a bit, but in Western society, it becomes extremely difficult to manipulate once the offences are known and the culprit is caught. But still, there is a chance that they might, somehow, what you call, mitigate the whole process and reduce the gravity. That is a possibility because the person is directly connected with the king. He is the younger brother of King Charles, and therefore, in order to prevent the what you call a blemish of the royal house in UK, they might like to mitigate the whole process. But definitely, he will go through some sort of sentence once the investigation is over, because more or less it is clear that he has been guilty. But how much imprisonment or how much punishment will be given, that is one thing which I feel they will try to minimize it to the extent possible, given the royal status, the former royal status of this person. In UK, in US also, I've seen, the names of, including the name of current President Donald Trump, also figures, though he has not appeared in the so-called adverse context in the files, but his name has appeared on so many mails over there. And people are questioning that some of the files have been hidden where allegations have been raised against him. So, there are many big names are there. And I don't think that all of these people will be caught and punished fully. But some of them will definitely be caught. I don't think Clinton family would be caught. I don't think, for example, Bill Gates family would be caught. I have a feeling that they would be interrogated and finally they would be, given some sort of mercy to go ahead and move in the normal way. Right. So, but in UK, I think this man will have to suffer because the crime committed by him, I believe, is at the root of the British system itself, and therefore they want to show that yes, we have taken action to the person who even comes from the royal family.
Absolutely.
So I feel that I think we should follow this example, and in any country, if they have people well connected, powerful and rich, they should be brought to justice. I think this is the lesson we should also learn from these kind of episodes.
Absolutely.
Over
in fact, some more information is coming in. The arrest of Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor comes on the same day that the former prince has turns 66 years old. So not a very good day for him. But Sanjeev Srivastav, if I can rope you back into this discussion, when we are talking about the charges that he has against him of misconduct in public office. He has been charged with sharing sensitive information with Jeffrey Epstein when he was a UK trade envoy. How are we looking at those charges, framing up what kind of punishment do we look at if this investigation goes forward, sir?
Well, I think if the charges are proven to be true, he will be certainly given some sort of sentence, and he will be behind bars for a certain period of time, and the British justice system will ensure that the quantum of punishment. But as of today, the kind of arrest he he is facing, and on the suspicion of misconduct in public office, and the allegations are that he shared some very sensitive information to this racketeer Jeffrey Epstein. It's a very serious matter, and what kind of information he has shared, all those I think issues will be investigated, and the courts will seriously look at it, and what kind of a damage it has caused to the British system and British government. All those issues will be seriously examined by the British courts, and accordingly, the based on the kind of crime he has committed, the punishment will be decided. So let's see that what kind of trials go on, and what kind of judgment comes up from British court system. But certainly the kind of crime he has committed, it's a serious crime, and he was holding a very high office, a UK trade envoy, and when he has shared secret information, sensitive information, and it is being reported, then I think it's a very serious matter, and he will be given certainly some punishment. But what kind of a punishment it will be, we'll have to wait and see.
Right. In fact, according to a BBC report, a royal correspondent has said that this arrest should not be seen as any indication of guilt, and there are no charges yet. Now, Andrew has consistently denied any wrongdoing. If I can get Ambassador Gupta on this. Ambassador Gupta, obviously we have seen the former prince denying all the charges, any wrongdoing as well on previous occasions as well, but now after the arrest, this seems to have taken a very serious turn.
Shivani, there are two variety of allegations here, not only allegation, but two types of crimes involved. One is the sharing of information which is confidential to the British system. He was in an official position as a trade representative, and in that position he shared certain documents which he should not have done. That is one part which the police is investigating, and they will try to establish whether he did so or not. But there's another part which is in fact in my view even more important. They do not call it a crime, but it is a involvement into sexual conduct with minor children. Now that is a crime which obviously happened. The police is not investigating that because that is considered to be a personal life of the person, but it is not entirely the personal life of a person, because this is a conduct which is totally unbecoming of any individual, and more so of a person who comes from a royal family. So that crime has so far not figured in the police investigation. I personally feel that that crime should take, in fact, primacy over the crime regarding sharing of documents. So this is what the systems do in Western countries to some extent. Like in US, I know what they can do is they can also negotiate a out of court settlement that you pay so much dollars and you will be absolved from all the charges. Now that is not the case in India. In India, the crime is separate, and the punishment is given according to the crime in the penal code, not according to the out of court settlement. Out of court settlement is a different issue, and the crime for punishment for the crime is a different issue. But here, I feel it is not good. The British system should investigate whether he indulged into sexual misconduct with, children. If he did so, I think that must be taken into account, and he should be punished for that as well.
Absolutely, Ambassador. In fact, some more information is coming in. I'd like to introduce that to our viewers.